COVID-19 has impacted all of Australia. People have lost their jobs, been separated from family, been stranded overseas, or even lost their lives to this pandemic. But while many of us socially isolate in the comfort of our own homes, the economic impact of COVID-19 may be an epidemic of homelessness. An epidemic that leaves charities like the Exodus Foundation here in Ashfield scrambling to look after these individuals.
Covid-19 forced us to change everything we do completely. We get no government money at all, no. No matter how much we try. We've worked out now that because we have to sterilise the place all the time, we've got a continuous person keeping it clean and all of that, and we've had to put tents up and all of those sorts of things, and we've had to change the work we do. In 6 months, we will have spent an extra $500,000. Now, I've written to the government and asked if they'll give it to us, but at the moment, we haven't had any response, and that's 8 weeks.
The New South Wales Government have currently put in place funding for rough sleepers to stay in hotels for 30 days. While this provides a temporary solution to encourage social distancing, long-term plans to support the homeless community are still unclear.
It's been a really good thing that governments around the world in richer countries have thought about those who are more vulnerable, who are homeless people, who are living close up, who are very often not in the best of health and lack the resources and the choices to socially distance or otherwise. So who would say that's a bad thing? And I think a lot of countries have done that. Of course, the issue is that can't be permanent. And what do you do after a couple of weeks? So it's a difficult one because on the one hand, there's short-termism, which I think many would say was a good thing. What you then do afterwards is always the challenge.
Rough sleepers like Bradley are now facing that challenge after being forced out of the hotels and back onto the streets without any support.
There was no planning. As much as a leader can try and get in front of things, this was months ahead of any leader. This virus had its own course. So when you're putting homeless people together that never hang out together in one spot, there's a lot of room for error. A lot of people are on drugs, a lot of people on alcohol, a lot of people on both. A lot of people have their own setbacks where, okay, they're in a hotel, they can't see their friends because they can't bring their friends there. And a lot of people are breaking those rules every day.
Half of the homeless people came to me and said, look, I got 30 days at a hotel. I thought, fantastic, fantastic. Someone said, for the first time I've got clean sheets and pillows. But they got turfed out after 30 days, so they're back on the street again. And you think, what a joke.
I had to leave. There was no extension. Because I'm a New Zealand citizen, I don't get help from the government. I get help from the federal government for DSP because of my epilepsy, but state government don't really get much help for accommodation wise. Like when I was a teenager, yeah, but now I'm an adult, no.
In 2016, the census found that nearly 38,000 people were homeless in New South Wales. A report released by the Equity Economics show that figures across the state will potentially rise by up to 16,000 people, with an economic cost of up to $445 million each year due to the higher health and social service costs. This is a direct result of the high levels of unemployment caused by COVID-19. Improved access to affordable housing may be the solution New South Wales needs for this problem.
Where's the cheap, affordable public housing these people need? I hope what we're learning is we live in a community and not an economy. And if people understand that and value that, then there'll be a lot better services around for people in trouble.
A group who have been disproportionately impacted by this pandemic have been foreign students and workers who are ineligible to government subsidies. Felix Faber has recently organised with Exodus to deliver food hampers to vulnerable students, and he weighed in on what could be done to help these people.
I think the most straightforward thing is to provide services more to more people and at a greater quantity and quality. What COVID's really done is exposed a lot of the longer standing issues that we have as a society in the way we provide social services. In order to receive support, people are having to, meet these unattainable mutual obligation requirements for a pitiful wage. If a worker lives, works, pays taxes to the Australian government and contributes to the Australian economy, they're an Australian worker, regardless of what their citizenship is, and they deserve our support.
I need someone to give me a chance. Give me that chance to show that, worth it.